Cheevo, guys.
What up, guys? This is
Cheevo, guys.
back here again with another achievement guide. Today, we're going to be focusing on Vera Blanc, Full Moon. This is the latest visual novel published by Ratalaika Games, and it's developed by Winter Wolves. As with most of the Ratalaika visual novels, this one is pretty easy as well. You can get your full 1000 gamer score or platinum trophy in just about 30 minutes. On top of that, it's only $4.99. A quick achievement breakdown. Basically what we have to do is complete the game, get both endings. We can take advantage of the save mechanics so that way we don't have to play through the full game twice. However, we're pretty much going to have to play through 1.5 playthroughs. Now, before we get started, I want to give credit to the written guide that I use. It's on a website called DEX.EXE, and it was written by Bipolar Bliss. I'll make sure to leave the link in the description below. Now, first thing you want to do is go into the settings. You want to turn the transitions to none, skip all messages. After choices, keep skipping, and then max out the text speed and the auto forward time. Then we can go ahead and start up a new game. We're going to skip the introduction. We have two ways of playing this game. We could either play with mini games or without mini games. For now, we're just going to try to complete the game as quickly as possible and get both endings. So we're going to choose to decline playing with mini games. Next, you can press RB to start skipping. And for the first dialogue option, we want to choose to read Brandon's mind. Next dialogue option, we want to choose look at the bald man. And then the next option, we want to choose to read his mind. Next, we're going to choose try to sleep, the only option available. And then you want to choose the top option, introduce yourself. After you introduce yourself, you want to choose to read Ava's mind. And then you want to choose to change the topic. And then next, we want to choose to open the window. And then there's an incredible smell in here. And then take a walk. And then read his mind, read her mind, ask the bald man for his name, and next you want to choose to ask how long until you arrive. Next you want to choose ask Brandon about his past, and then ask Brandon to get off the train. Then next you want to choose to take a hot shower, and then use your notebook. Next, you want to choose to watch TV, and then you want to watch the local news at the bottom. And then we want to go to Brandon's room, ask to sleep here, and then you want to choose to invite him to share the bed, and then insist. Next, you want to choose to read Brandon's mind, follow him, and then next you want to choose to examine the window, examine the exterior, and then look for traces on the ground. Next, you want to choose to read Lucas's mind, talk to Lucas again, and that's going to complete day 1, unlocking our first achievement. That is the day 2 achievement worth 90 gamer score for reaching day 2 of the investigation. We have achievements related to each of the days. Alright, so day 2, we're going to start off by going to the police station. You want to ask about Tobias, and then you want to go down to the middle option and ask when the results will be ready. Next, you want to read his mind and then leave the police station. Next, we're going to head over to the public gardens. You want to follow the wooden path. It's the third option. After that, it's going to kick you back to the map. Once you get back to the map, next we need to go over to the big wooden bridge. That's going to kick you back to the map after you go there. Next, we want to head over to the path in the woods. After that, you want to select your house on the upper left-hand side. You want to choose to take a break and then ask Brandon for an update. This is going to advance us to the next day, unlocking another achievement worth 90 gamer score called Day 3 for reaching Day 3 of the investigation. Now, what we need to do is discover some more areas. To do this, we're going to go to the police station. Once you get into the police station, it's going to unlock the clubhouse. We want to go to the clubhouse next. After you access the clubhouse, you want to go to the cathedral and ask about Unger. That's going to kick you back to the map. And next, you want to go to the town hall. Once you go to the town hall, you're going to ask to meet the mayor. Then you're going to go back to the town hall once again. And this time, we're going to ask about places of interest. This is going to add the souvenir shop to our map. It's right on the right hand side in the center right here. So we want to go to the souvenir shop, and then next you want to choose the bottom option, read Lucas's mind, and then you want to examine the hut. Next it's going to fast forward through a bunch of dialogue, and then we want to choose to run away. After that, we're going to choose to run to the stalls, and then you want to select examine the room, and then we want to read Lucas's mind, and that should be it for day 3. We're going to unlock another achievement worth 90 gamer score called day 4 for reaching day 4 of the investigation. Alright guys, so getting started on day 4. First thing we want to do is go over to the wood shop. My bad, it's actually called woodworking shop if we want to be specific. And then next we want to press home. After that, it'll push you back to the map, and next we're going to go to the library. And next we're going to choose science books. That will push you back to the map. And next we're going to go to the hospital on the bottom left hand side of the screen. Once you're inside of the hospital, we're going to choose Knopfer's past medical history. And then you want to ask for Wei Lang. Next you want to read Tom's mind and then bluff. Sorry, I was going a little fast there. Why do you try to kill me is the next one. And then have you killed anyone before? And then have you ever met Dr. Lang before? And then do you work for Eva Baum? After that, we're going to choose to read Lucas's mind. Then we are going to examine the body. And then we're going to examine each part, the legs, the hands, and the head. Once you examine each of those, we can go ahead and stop looking. And then next, we want to choose to examine the hut. And then you pretty much want to examine the 3 items inside of the hut: the rifle, the floor, and the table. After that, you can exit the hut, and then you could stop the investigations. Next, we're going to choose to go back to town. Next, we need to head to the police station. Once you're in the police station, you're going to read Lucas's mind. And then we're going to tell him about the warehouse. And then we're going to disagree. And that's going to advance us to the next day, unlocking a 90 gamer score achievement for reaching day 5 of the investigation. I believe we only have 7 days total, so we're getting there. The next location is going to be located on the bottom right hand side of the screen. It's a brand new location called the warehouse. We're going to enter the warehouse, and the first decision is going to be the top one. We need more clues. That's going to push you back to the map, and next we're going to go to the library. Once you're inside of the library, we're going to choose to examine the old newspapers, and then we can exit the library. And then next we're going to go to the police station. We're going to ask about Lucas. After that, we can go ahead and leave the police station. Once you get back to the map, we're going to go ahead and head over to the town hall because we need to ask to speak with the mayor. This is the town hall, and the only option should be to ask to speak to the mayor. Next, you want to ask why he is so sure, and then ask about Bremen, and then ask about the letters. And then we're going to ask about the werewolf. After that, we're going to ask about other targets. There should be a third choice now. We're going to choose that one. Next, we actually have to select all 3 dialogue options. So ask about the warehouse, the werewolf, and about the corruption. And once you have selected all 3, it will push you back to the map. And next, we're going to head over to the souvenir shop. It is on the center right-hand side of the map. It's going to fast forward a bit and push you back to the map. And next, we need to head over to the woodworking shop. And then we're going to go inside. That's going to push you back to the map, and it's going to unlock the achievement for day 6 for reaching day 6 of the investigation, worth another 90 gamer score. Now, next we're going to head over to the wooden bridge. It's on the upper right-hand side of the map. You want to choose to ask Lucas for more info, and then you want to ask the policeman about the situation, and then you want to check the terrain. Next, we're going to examine the car. We only need to examine the inside, and next we can examine the body. That's going to push us back to the map once again, and this time we are going to press home, which is right where you start, upper left-hand side of the screen. It's going to push you back to the map once again, and this time we are going to head over to the police station. You want to ask about Lucas. It'll push you back to the map, and next we are going to head over to the town hall. Once you get to the town hall, we are going to read the employee's mind, And then we are going to ask what he has done, ask if he has any proof, ask about the werewolf. And then next we need to head over to the woodworking shop. Once you get there, we're going to ask him about Coln. And that's going to push you back to the map. And then we're going to go back to the police station, and we want to start off with asking about Lucas. We basically need to ask about all 4 of these people. You're going to ask about Lang, and then ask about Coln. Once you have went through everybody, the option to ask about Lucas won't disappear. Just make sure that you have selected it at least once. Once you leave there, we're going to go to the library, and we're going to choose to look around. Then next, you're going to choose to exit the library. After that, we're going to head over to the cathedral, and then we're going to choose to read his mind. Now, this is going to push us into our final day of the game, day 7. We also unlock another achievement worth 90 gamer score. Now, we're going to end up saving our game, but not quite yet, because what we're going to do is save it right before we make the choice that distinguishes whether we get ending 1 or ending 2. I'll let you guys know when to save. For now, we're going to head over to the warehouse on the lower right-hand side of the map. Once you get here, you're going to need to press RB to skip again, and then we want to go to the woodworking shop. It'll push you back to the map. And then we're going to go to the town hall, and we're going to ask about the other people involved. This is going to push you back to the map, and we're going to go to the souvenir shop. Now, after you go to the souvenir shop, this is where you're going to press start and save your game. Now, we're going to be going for the ending where the werewolf lives. To get this ending, all we need to do is select our house. Once you select your home, you're going to press yes twice in a row, and that's going to unlock the ending where the werewolf lives, worth 90 gamer score. And basically what we're going to be doing, guys, is loading up that game save that we just made right after the souvenir shop. Once you load it up, we're going to go for the ending where the werewolf dies. And to get this ending, we're going to need to head over to the woodworking shop. Once you get in here, you're going to press RB to start skipping again, and you're going to examine the sculptures. Now, this is going to give you the second ending, and it's going to unlock an achievement worth 100 gamer score called The Werewolf Lives. Now, at this point, guys, you guys should have all of the achievements except for the 3 achievements related to playing the 3 types of minigames. So we're going to start up a new game, we're going to skip the intro, and this time we're going to choose to play with the minigames. We're going to have to play up to day 3 in this second run, so just follow along. We're going to read Brandon's mind, and this is going to trigger the first type of minigame, where we're going to read the person's mind. Now, these mind-reading minigames play a lot like Wheel of Fortune. Now, we're actually going to have to play a few of these. We're going to unlock an achievement after completing this one. You can only guess 3 wrong letters or you lose the minigame, and sometimes that can result in dying, so we want to try to complete all of these minigames. Now, the answer to this one, it's supposed to say, better not tell Vera what I know about the ... Again, that's better not tell Vera what I know about the. Now, the minigame requires you to fill in all of the blanks in order to finish it, and also the achievement will only pop if you complete the minigame. You can't necessarily, guess 3 wrong letters, finish the minigame. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. You actually have to complete it and fill in all of the blanks. Once you do so, you're going to unlock the Reading Minds achievement for completing a mind-reading minigame. That's worth another 90 gamer score. For our next dialogue choice, we're going to choose to try to sleep, and then we're going to introduce ourselves, and then we're going to choose to read Ava's mind. This is going to trigger another mind-reading minigame. The answer to this one is private detective, he must be ... These answers will always be the same, they're not randomized. Next, we're going to choose to change the topic, and then next we want to choose to take a walk, and then choose to read his mind. This is going to trigger another mind-reading minigame, and the answer to this one is, I need to hurry up ... Next, we're going to choose to open the window, and then we're going to choose, there's an incredible smell here, and then we're going to read her mind. This is going to trigger another mind-reading minigame, and the answer to this one is, Carl has probably finished ... And then next, we're going to choose the bottom option, ask the bald man for his name. Next, we want to choose to ask how long until we arrive. And then you want to ask Brandon about his past. And then after, you want to ask Brandon to get off of the train. Next, we're going to choose to take a hot shower. And then next, you want to choose the bottom option, use your notebook. and then we're going to watch TV. You want to watch the local news, not the regular news. That's the bottom option. And then you want to choose to go to Brandon's room. You're going to ask to sleep here. And then next, you want to choose to read Brandon's mind. This is going to trigger another mind reading minigame. And the answer to this one is falling asleep is gonna be rough, ... Next, you're going to choose the bottom option, invite him to share the bed. And then you're going to choose insist. And then read Brandon's mind. This is going to trigger another mind reading minigame. And the answer to this one is I can't believe that I ... Next, we're going to choose to follow him. And then after that, we're going to choose to examine the window. And then examine the exterior. And then look for traces on the ground. And then next, you're going to choose to read Lucas's mind. This is going to trigger another mind reading minigame. And the answer to this one is those two must be ... After that, we're going to choose to talk to Lucas. Now, this is going to advance us into day 3, and on day 3, we'll be able to play the other 2 types of mini games. So I recommend just saving it, just in case you accidentally die or something like that. You don't have to start all the way back at the beginning. And what we want to do is go to the path in the woods on the lower right-hand side of the screen. Now, you're going to press RB to start skipping, and then you're going to need to press A to start the mini game. Now, believe it or not, I actually spent a lot of time trying to find the differences in these 2 pictures. It's not as easy as it sounds, but I'm going to show you guys where the 4 differences are. The first one is the X right here. Then you want to go up and to the right. There's some more extra lines right there. And then there's a dot right there. And then you go down and to the left. And the 4th difference is going to be right here on this rock. That's going to complete that minigame, and you're going to unlock an achievement worth 90 gamer score called Finding Differences for completing a Finding Differences minigame. Next, you want to go to the police station, and you want to ask about Tobias Brayman. And then you want to ask when the results will be ready, and then you want to read his mind. This is going to trigger another mind reading minigame. For this one, you actually don't need to complete it. You can just get 3 wrong answers, so I'm just going to select A, B, C, and we're going to leave. We can skip one for once. And next we're going to go to the public gardens, and we're going to choose to follow the wooden path. It's going to push you back to the map. And next we're going to go to the big wooden bridge on the upper right hand corner. After you go to the big wooden bridge, we're going to go to our house on the upper left hand side of the map. Then we're going to choose to take a break. After you choose to take a break, we're going to ask Brandon for an update. This is going to push you back to the map. And next, we're going to go back to the police station. After you do this, this unlocks the clubhouse. Then you want to go into the clubhouse. It's going to push you back to the map. And then now we can finally go over to the cathedral. And now it will let you ask about Unger. You want to do that. And then next, you want to head over to the town hall. Once you get to the town hall, you want to ask to meet the mayor. After that, we're going to go back to the town hall once again, but this time we're going to ask about Matthias Unger. After that, we need to go back to the town hall for a 3rd time, and this time we're going to ask about places of interest. This is going to unlock the souvenir shop. We're going to go over to the souvenir shop, and we're going to read Lucas's mind. This is going to trigger another mind reading minigame. The answer to this one is there is something odd ... After that, we're going to choose to examine the hut. And next, we're going to be playing the minigame, guys. I recommend pressing start and saving your game before you start this 3rd minigame, just because if you lose, you're going to have to start all over, or at least from your last save point. You want to choose to run away. You're going to press RB to start skipping, and it's going to say push a button to start the sequence. So I just pressed A, and what it's going to do is it's going to show you a sequence of 6 numbers. You're going to have to remember these numbers and type them in the same order that they showed you. Now, I do want to foreshadow that I played through this game a couple times, and every time I got a different sequence of numbers. So you're not going to have the same sequence as I do. Once you get your sequence correct and you type in all 6 numbers in order the way it showed you, you're going to complete your 3rd type of minigame, a sequence minigame, unlocking your final achievement worth another 90 gamer score. At this point, you guys should have your full 1000 gamer score. Another visual novel by Ratalaika knocked out. That one should have taken you about 30 minutes or so. Other than that, I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of my Patreon subscribers. We just hit 18 patrons. I'd like to give a special shout out to everybody in the biggest fan club, including Tim G84, AEOJ, The Gas Bliss, Purple Rain 6, Blackbird, and NL the Dude. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe.